Hey guys, this is Ajay and welcome back to my channel and Outsiders Review. Now, supernatural horror or thriller movies always have had a special fan base waiting for their jaws to drop to the twists and turns that a filmmaker brings to the table. Also, from a producer's point of view, it's one of those genres that can create waves at the box office and rake in money while being made on a very minuscule budget if it's done right, with the likes of Bhoot, Ragini MMS and the very famous The Paranormal Activity. But it's also a genre which requires skill where the makers have to be two steps ahead to keep the audience engaged with their subject matter. There was a time when horror movies in Bollywood were certainly getting the attention and the love from the audience, but I feel this genre slowly dwindled into oblivion and people turned away from it, as the makers were not able to give their audience a film worth their time. All we kept on getting were various underwhelming projects. But then at times, you get to see a film which develops a hope in you and makes you believe that yes, there is more to explore in this space. And that is what I felt when I watched Shaitaan. The movie is directed by Vikas Bhal, starring Ajay Devgn, R. Madhavan, Jyothika and Janki Bodiwala in lead roles, followed by Angad Raj in a supporting role, and the movie is co-produced by Ajay Devgn's production company, Devgn Films. But before I start my review, if you like my review, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming content. It's a direct remake of the Gujarati film Vash, released in 2023, and Janki is the same lead character from the Gujarati movie casted in this film as well. Kabir, played by Ajay Devgn, who is a CA by profession, drives his family, that is Jyoti played by Jyothika as his wife, his daughter Janvi, played by Janki Bodiwala, and his son Dhruv, played by Angad Raj, to their farmhouse to have a weekend getaway. En route, they come across Vanraj, played by R. Madhavan, who surprisingly finds their farmhouse later to mention that his phone has switched off and that he needs to charge his phone for some time and then leave. As already revealed in the trailer, he refuses to leave and Janvi starts eerily following his orders, only for him to later inform Kabir and Jyoti that he has performed hypnosis on their daughter through black magic. How Vanraj abuses his power over Janvi and how Kabir and Jyoti try every possible way to get rid of Vanraj and save their daughter is the overall storyline of Shaitaan. I have seen the original film, but I had kept my mind open to all possibilities that the makers tried to include or replace in the film to make it better. But the result was not that great. After my first viewing, I can definitely say that it's a good remake and it will keep you engaged. But the makers have come up with a different climax in replacement of the original, which completely fizzes out the anxiety level, which is my first complaint with the movie in my demerits section, the UA certification. A horror film usually is associated with an A certification or more, as you do come across scenes of violence, gore, depression, brutality, etc. That's what a horror movie does to its audience. It makes the audience uncomfortable yet thrilled. We are living in a time in Indian cinema when makers in Bollywood have agreed to an A certification and made crores of money, not because the underage teenagers flocked into the theatres, but because the audience are mature enough in today's world to understand content and rewatch it if they really like it. Even the original was A certified, so I don't know why the makers took this route. The film could have been more sinister and engaging than Vash. The climax is a mild version to what it was in the original film. I'm not comparing the original here, but only if they had taken an A certification, the makers would have had the freedom and liberty to explore more on the topic of the supernatural and take the movie towards the edge. When you have a script which is talking about black magic, hypnosis, devil worship, etc., it demands the movie to be extreme on the horror movie traits. Because this was missing, the second half of the movie dumps down on going lighter on the characters and the script, which slows down the movie. This change in the approach was a big letdown. Length and few dialogues. Not like a big demerit here, but the movie could have been cut short by 15-20 minutes. The song in the first few scenes was really not required. The chemistry between the family in the opening sequences felt a little artificial, especially the swimming pool gathering, which looked kind of staged. Also, there are few sequences in the second half where you will feel stretched. Not saying that it was really bad, it would have not mattered if they had skipped it. Also, the dialogues are not at all bad. It's just that Vanraj's dialogue written for Madhavan at times comes across as comical. When we are about to see something edgy, he starts delivering dialogues like "let's get the party started," as if we are looking at a father of a Gen Z child in the middle of a standard conversation. It's unintentionally funny. The motive. This movie, like the original, also suffers from a linear storytelling without a motive. When Raj enters their life, starts abusing his powers, makes Kabir's and his family's life miserable, only to know that he worships the darkness and that he will rule the world if he orchestrates a ritual that will give him more supernatural powers. But other than that, why is he doing this? What made him embrace the dark side? Where all of this started? There is just no explanation to that. Instead of the unnecessary scenes that increase the runtime of the movie, which I mentioned earlier, if there was just a backstory narrated by Vanraj himself in just about 5 to 7 minutes, I think the crowd would have been able to engage more in his actions and outcomes. The merits. The first half. The first half of the movie is the biggest win for the makers and audience alike. From the minute Vanraj is introduced, the movie takes no time to pick up gear and go full throttle. Majority of what you saw in the trailer is in the first half, and even if you have seen the scenes in the trailer, you will still be glued to the screen watching them due to the fast-paced screenplay and the things Vanraj makes Janvi to do one after another, especially for the ones who have not seen the original. The movie is like a thrill ride till the interval block. Cinematography and background score. The film is majorly shot inside the house and it's more of a home invasion scenario. But the cinematographer Sudhakar Reddy Yankati, widely known for his directorial venture Nal, executes the craft of capturing the story visually in the best possible way. The lights, frames and camera angles deliver the claustrophobic environment the director wants to create. Amit Trivedi is one of my favorite music producers from the Hindi film industry, and he does give a great score to the movie. The score is haunting and eerie, complementing the scenes in a brilliant way. The movie does not have any jump scares, but it's the background score that acts like one, elevating the scenes through the movie. The performances. As actors, you almost immediately understand that the movie is going to be challenging to execute when it mainly rests on the shoulders of those 4-5 characters throughout the entire movie. And as an audience, you will not be disappointed. Jyothika makes a good comeback in Bollywood. She portrays the kind of loving mother who is vulnerable, but also can take matters into her own hands when it comes to her daughter. Janki Bodiwala has also done a great job. It is often tough to recreate and perform the same emotion again on the screen with the same or better results, but she gives her best to shine in this movie. Ajay Devgn has done a decent job given what he had. You will go back and forth on Drishyam mode when he comes to acting, but you can't help because it's yet another father-daughter relationship material that his character explores. Now let's take a moment and appreciate this guy, R. Madhavan. He is the Shaitaan. It is always refreshing to see when actors switch their roles and go from the good guy to the bad ones. But you have to deliver it as well, and Madhavan just does that. His presence is demonic, his laughter will leave chills down your spine, he's got evil written all over him and he embraces that in front of the screen. I won't compare his performance to that of Pratap played by Hiten Kumar, but he really deserves praise for his acting range in this negative role. Well, that was my review, guys. Do leave your comments in the section below about your thoughts and views of the movie. If you like my review, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming content. Thank you so much for watching. See you again.